So when we have right triangles within a bigger right triangle, all of the triangles, this triangle, and this big triangle are similar. And so there are tons of proportions within here. Now, and I did another video showing why all the proportions work, but since I'm terrible at flipping around triangles in my head, I've learned these proportions. So the very first one I look for is if I'm dealing with this middle piece. I know this middle piece is the geometric mean of these smaller pieces. So the way I've written it here, I've got altitudes on the diagonal and this piece and this piece. So the way it's going to look, I'm going to need to find out what this piece is. So 100 minus 36 is 64. And so I'm going to put this altitude on my diagonal. And that altitude is the geometric mean of 36 and 64. So I'm going to put 36 and 64 there, and then I just solve whatever comes out. So in this case, it'll be x squared equals 64 times 36. And when I take the square root of both sides, I'll get that x equals 8 times 6, so x equals 48. And there we have it. Excellent. So I'm going to scan this for other ones that use this middle piece. This one doesn't, but this one does. So I'll set him up. The altitude goes on the diagonal, and it is the geometric mean of these two pieces. So I'll need to find this shorter piece. 25 minus 9 is 16. So I'll put the 16 here and the 9 there, and that's how it's set up. And so I'll have x squared equals 9 times 16. So x equals the square root of 9 times 16. So x is going to be 3 times 4, so x is going to be 12. Check. All right. So we keep looking for that middle piece just to do them all at once. This one here, we'll put, again, we'll put the x's on the diagonal. So the x is the geometric mean of the 7 and the 9. So here we're going to get x squared equals 9 times 7. Oops, I can write 9 times 7. So x is the square root of 9 times 7. So that'll be 3 root 7. There we go. And we do it again. Here's another one. If you just see enough of them, it kind of sinks in, right? So x on the diagonal, and these pieces on the other side, 84 and 16. So x squared will equal 16 times 84. So if I take the square root of both sides, I know x will be, I know the square root of 16 is 4. 84, I think, breaks down a little more. 84 divided by 2 is 42, so 2 times 21. So another 2 is going to come out of that. So I'm going to have 8 root 21. That's looking good. We do it again. So we'll put the 12 on the diagonal, and the x there and the 16 there. It doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be x, it's whatever that piece is, right? So this will be 16x equals 12 times 12. So when I divide by 16, it'll be whatever that is. I can cancel out a 4 to make that a 3, cancel out a 4 to make that a 4, cancel out a 4 to make that a 3. So it looks like I'm getting 9. Awesome. And we do it again. So dealing with that piece again, I'll put the 48 will be the geometric mean of x and 64. So 64x will equal 48 times 48. So when I divide by 64, I can simplify a bit, take out an 8, we'll make that a 6, we'll make that an 8, take out an 8, we'll make that a 6, so x should be 36. Looks good. And let's see, any more? That one, no. Oh, there's another one. So I'll put a 6 root 13 will be the geometric mean of x and 13. So 13x will be 6 root 13 times 6 root 13. So 13x will be 36, and then root 13 times root 13 is just 13, so x is going to be 36 when you divide. So let me check that, make sure I'm good. Good. And that doesn't deal with that piece, that one does. So here it's a little bit more interesting. We'll put the 48 on the diagonal. And I want these pieces, now I could call this x minus 64, or maybe I'll just call it a instead. And I'll put the a there and the 64 there because I need the pieces. So 64 times a will equal 48 times 48. So when I divide by 64, divide by 8, I get 6. So I get a is 48, and so if a is 48, then the whole thing must be 48 plus 64. Nope, I messed up somewhere. Probably just here. Oh, divide that by 8 by... just cheat. So it was 48 times 48 divided by 64, so a should be 36. Sorry about that. I was trying to get all fancy. So a should be 36, which means the whole thing x should be 100. Alright. Let's see, that doesn't do it, that doesn't do it, that doesn't do it. This one, last one. So we'll put the 6 root 85 on the diagonals. That'll be the geometric mean. I'll call that a again, of 36 and a. So 36 times a will be 6 root 85 times 6 root 85. So 36a will be 36 times 85, because root 85 times root 85 will give me 85. Divide by 36, and a will be 85. Survey says, oh no! 121, what did I do? Let's see, 6 root 85. Huh. Oh, because a is 85 and then they want x. So x is 36 plus 85, and that gives you 121. Excellent. And I'll do another video with the ones that don't deal with this piece. So that'll be part 2.